Today's reading brings up a very real experience for this generational gap that we find in our lives. So for all the older people in the crowd, yes, it is so easy to be critical or to pick at the differences of what the younger generation are dealing with, are doing, are deciding on how to be, right? And on the flip side, as the younger generation are coming up and experiencing life, there's certainly differences, right? The world has changed and does change throughout history. 2,000 years ago, Jesus is pointing out this same dynamic that we have in our lives. This generation, it can come from a good place. Our parents, our grandparents, they want what is best for us, but how they perceive the world or how they've experienced the world can certainly be different. What Jesus is preaching or teaching about here at the end of the gospel today is this wonderful line: the wisdom is vindicated by all her children. There is a unifying factor. We are all human beings, right? What is that commonality that we search for in life? That we find in our first reading today. This reading that is oftentimes given or lends to being read at weddings. Love is patient, love is kind. These wonderful, great acclamations and graces that are found in love, in charity. Certainly, yes, that is a great context to celebrate this wonderful message, this love that God has for us, that we find between each other, especially within the sacrament of marriage. But God, who is the source of all love, has fulfilled, does fill all of these adjectives, all of this adverbs to describe what love is, who he himself is. Our God is all love, 100% love, 100% life, all powerful, all knowing. The ways that we describe God oftentimes leave us like we're so distant, right? Because we know and feel brokenness in our lives, sin, disease, division, separation, loneliness. All of this brokenness in this world keeps us from that love, that source of all love. So in one way, it's so wonderful to bask in all of this beautiful exclamations of love, being patient, kind, not being jealous, not being pompous, not being inflated, not being rude. Love. This is how God is for us. This is what we are called to do for others. Instead of thinking or taking this words as what I'm receiving as somebody being patient with me, somebody not being rude with me, somebody doing right with me all the time, always sharing the truth. This is how we are called to be with one another. This is what St. Paul is addressing to the Corinthians. This age-old situation of generations, of cultures and communities kind of picking at each other. A response to that is this unifying movement, this energy, this love that gives life. Thank God that we can come here today to be thankful for another wonderful day, another opportunity to learn, to experience life. And maybe we can be patient with one another, the older generation with the younger with the older, understanding and knowing that our experiences, although they may be different, there is a unifying force that binds us, that brings us together. This is what we celebrate today at Mass. in the living word and Jesus' presence in the Eucharist is pure love for us to receive. But when we receive it, it doesn't stop there. We are called to share it with others. And how do we share it? We have a wonderful, beautiful description here today before us. Amen.
Amen.
Let us stand and offer our